Let's define what is jealousy altogether. What is jealousy? So we can, actually understand, so that when we're self-reflecting, we can easily be able to identify what jealousy is. Like I said, some people do it and they don't even know they're doing it. And some people are going through that from maybe other people. And this will kind of help you to identify that in case that is the situation with you. You're welcome. If you're just joining, you're welcome to Inside with FunmiRoyal. This wonderful Monday, the start of another week in the month of July. So, what is jealousy? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the heart me. Jealousy is a combination of feelings including fear, insecurity, and concern over a potential loss or threat. So it often involves comparing ourselves to others and fearing that someone else might take something valuable from us. So we tend to be jealous. And sometimes truly might be an assumption. That's why it's always good to kind of self-reflect and think about things to be sure you're not just the one assuming. And once you're definitely sure that, nope, I sense it, I feel it, I can see it, then you know how to tackle it. So there are different types of jealousy, like loads and loads and loads. But I'm just going to mention 4 types of jealousy so we can have more perspective to the topic today. So other types of jealousy is romantic jealousy. Yes, you might be wondering. Yeah. Fear of losing partner's affection to someone else. Maybe you're in a relationship and you thought you're everything to your partner, and you just find out that they're always talking to a particular person, or maybe some people, something, more than you you think they're talking to you, or they're relating with you, and you tend to be jealous. Say for example, 2 people in a relationship, and one of them have this very close friend of theirs, and they always talk to this friend morning, afternoon, night, because they have that tight relationship, and you're the one in a romantic relationship with them, and you're just feeling, oh, every time they're always talking to this person, why not you? Of course they talk to you, but you just feel like they're talking more to this person. And if care's not taken, you start feeling jealous towards this person. So fear of losing your partner's affection to someone else might bring about jealousy. So that is a romantic jealousy. Another type of jealousy is a platonic jealousy. Insecurity about the attention or affection given to a friend by another. So it's kind of similar to the one I just talked about. So you might be 2 besties, 2 best friends, and your best friend probably have someone who's close to them as well, and they talk all the time, sometimes, or maybe they have their own language, and you're always thinking, I thought I'm this person's bestie, why are they always talking to that person? So it's somewhat similar to that of the romantic one, but because this is a romantic relationship, but this is just a platonic relationship, and you might feel this friend is closer to that friend than you, and then it can start bringing about jealousy. So we need to kind of pipe down a bit so we don't affect that relationship. So the third kind of jealousy I'm going to talk about is the familial jealousy. This is competition and envy among family members or often siblings. You have if you're the type, you're just 2 in your family, your parents just gave birth to just the 2 of you, and maybe if whether your ages are kind of close or apart, you just feel there's just this competition. If you do this, your sibling want to do that, and it's like everything you do they just want to do. Like maybe when you do that, you get approvals, or you get praised by whatever you do, and they're kind of jealous, like, oh, they're always praising my brother or my sister, and they also want to do exactly what you're doing. You can sense a bit of jealousy in there. They're not like a person of their own to do their own stuff, but they're always kind of jealous because they feel what you do earn more respect, earn more love, more praises, and what have you. So there could be sibling rivalry in there somewhere. And if it's not taken, jealousy can come from there as well. So that is what we call familial jealousy. And the last one I'm going to mention, which I've touched on briefly is professional jealousy. Yes, professional jealousy. So envy towards colleagues who achieve success or receive recognition. That is jealousy in a professional setup. Maybe you're part of a team, and one of your team members, probably they are the type that they're always doing and always finding solution and always up and doing, maybe more than yourself. And at the end of the day, when the work is done, of course everybody gets praised or recognition, but this particular person will kind of stand out. You find out that maybe the team leader would give more accolade to this person, or their names will be more mentioned, and you'll be wondering, why not you put in all the effort as well, or as much effort as well. Why is it that this person they're praising? And if care's not taken, that could be like a professional jealousy, and it might affect your productivity. So self-reflect. Are you experiencing professional jealousy? I wouldn't know, but you can tell. So it's food for thought. So why jealousy? What causes jealousy? You may be wondering. Yeah, for a second, I just pause and think, why do people feel the need to be jealous of, whatever, whoever? Sci-fi or Fisi or Fishy. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this one now. Fishy, I think. Thanks for joining. I see you. Stephanie, I see you. Thanks for joining, and thanks for liking the live. And please share to as many people to be part of this talk today. Like I said, this kind of topic affects people on a day-to-day basis, and whether they sit down to talk about it or whether they sit down to actually identify it and do something about it is another thing. So I'm bringing this to your forefront today to not ignore that anymore. Pay attention to it, and let's see how we can tackle this. So what causes jealousy, you may wonder? So jealousy can stem from various sources, and understanding this can help address the root of the emotion. Like I said, it's a feeling. You feel that it's an emotion that comes whether you're a man or a woman, a boy or girl. No, it's not aged related, whether you're young, old, adults, everybody, any age, anyone can feel jealousy at any point in time. Friends to all good people, thank you so much for joining. I see you. I trust your day is going smoothly. Thank you guys for joining. So like I say, jealousy can stem from various sources, and we need to address the root of that emotion so that it doesn't overtake us, so that it doesn't overwhelm us. Once is identified. So what causes jealousy? The first thing I'll mention here is insecurity and low self-esteem. Some people don't want to accept the facing that, especially when they appear to be somewhat strong personality. So people who lack confidence in themselves or feel inadequate are more prone to jealousy. Yeah. So they may feel, they may doubt their own self-worth, their own ability. And this brings about fear that other people will be more successful than they would be, or other people will be more loved. So these people, they have low self-esteem, they have insecurity issues that might need to be dealt with. So that's one of the causes of jealousy, because when you don't feel adequate within yourself, anything anybody does, you feel, oh, they do better and all of that. It might start breeding jealousy within you, and it will even affect your performance really as well at the end of the day. So can you identify if you have low self-esteem, so we can tackle it? Let's go back to the root of the cause of this jealousy and address it. So I'll be looking at how to address it shortly. Again, fear of loss can be the root cause of jealousy, because jealousy often arises when a deep-seated fear of losing something valuable, such as a relationship or a status. This fear can be based on past experiences or perceived threats. That was why I said to you, you have to be able to identify that there is jealousy in the air, not that you're just assuming it. Okay, so what is that fear coming? Where is the fear coming from? What is causing, that fear that is now leading to you being jealous of a friend, a loved one, or, of a relationship or whatever the status might be? So we need to identify that such that you don't, let it get too deep into you. So maybe you've lost something before because maybe you were just too caring and all that, and or from whatever past experience you've had, and now you're in a new setup, in a new relationship, and you begin to see maybe some signs here and there, and then it start bringing up jealousy again, maybe for you or from whoever it is around you. So we need to identify what this fear is bringing. Is it fear of past experience or fear of losing what you think you have? So this can cause jealousy as well. The third thing I'm going to mention is comparison with others. My Bible says that, comparing oneself to another is like being foolish, and we are all different. Again, I'll bring my palm, see this fingers, they're not equal. We're not equal. Even if you went to the same school with this person, you graduated the same year, you get the same job, the same role and all of that, you're going to be working differently. Your performance will be different from theirs. The level of intelligence might be different to yours. It doesn't mean you're less of a worker, or it doesn't mean you're less of a person. When you start comparing yourself with other people, it can breed jealousy, and we need to be careful. So constantly comparing ourselves to others can fuel jealousy. Social media and cultural standards often amplify this by showcasing idealized versions of other people's lives. For example, you're living your life, you're good, you're okay in whatever profession you are and all of that. And then you just go on the social media one of these days and you just see, I know this person, we graduated together, or this person from maybe past work experience or whatever, and you feel, wow, they're so successful now. And then you start feeling inadequate within yourself. You start feeling comparing yourself to this person, not knowing that maybe somebody helped them to achieving whatever they've achieved, not of their own doing by themselves. You don't know what their journey is, you don't know what their story is that got them to where they are. When you start comparing yourself and you start feeling inadequate, you start feeling, oh my God, if this person is making it, that means my life is not as good as theirs. So that means this, you're not being jealous, and then you start obsessively monitoring this person and what are they doing. You want to do that as well. No, you need to slow down a bit and take stock of your life. Your journey is going to be different from theirs, so don't compare. I'm not saying don't have mentors, don't get me wrong, but don't compare yourself, because most times you tend to look at yourself like less of a value, to whatever the society is needing. So don't look down on yourself at all and stop comparing yourself. Have mentors, they will guide you, direct you and all of that, but never feel inadequate, because your strength might be my weakness or my strength might be yours, so you never can tell. Janet, I see you. So another one I'm going to mention is possessiveness. When we view relationships or possessions as exclusive to us, we may become overly possessive and jealous. If we perceive that our exclusivity is threatened, for example, I gave an example of two friends, and you feel this person is your bestie. You talk about everything. You feel they are your best friend, and all of a sudden you notice that they're talking to some other person, and you just feel it's like they're for you alone. Why are they sharing your precious time with somebody else? You don't own them. If you have best friends, your best friend may have another best friend or friends, so you cannot possess one person outrightly and say they belong to you and for you alone. So sometimes when we have that mindset, this possessiveness mindset, it can breed jealousy. So we need to be careful. Love is meant to be shared, to as many people that comes our way. Janet, I see you. So if that relationship is not like an exclusive relationship, whether it's platonic, whether it's romantic or whatever, you cannot possess that person, because this person you love so much, they have other people in their lives that would need their love and support at some point in time. So be mindful so you're not possessive. When you see them talk to this, who's that person? What are you talking about? Da 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 da. You want to know, you will just ruin that relationship. That is jealousy setting in. And the last one I'm going to put out there is I'm talking about causes of jealousy in case you're just coming in. So the last one I'm going to mention today is lack of trust. When you don't trust your spouse, when you don't trust your work colleague, jealousy can also stem from a lack of trust in others, often due to past betrayals and insecurities about the current relationship. Because sometimes in your past relationship, for example, your partner, your ex-partner cannot maybe they did something very wrong, they broke the trust you had in them or for them, and you tried to patch things up, it just didn't go well, and at the end of the day you had to break up with them. And now after months or weeks or years, I don't know, you found another person, you're in a relationship with them, and you just love this person, you love to be around them and all of that, and they're always on the phone talking to whoever, or they're doing this, and you start feeling, oh my god, I'm beginning to see the signs again. You start, this jealousy kind of start crawling back in. You feel, can you trust this person again? And they haven't done anything to you. This is a new relationship. Adeleke, thank you. Lekon Adeleke, I see you. Thanks for joining. So we need to be careful that we don't bring past experiences, or especially fear or hurt from past experiences, into the new one. And if care is not taken, it would also bring about jealousy, and this can break your new relationship. So you need to be careful. If you're not, if you feel whatever is coming to your mind that is making you feel this doubt or trust for whoever you're in that relationship with, or in that space with, you have to talk to them. Don't just sit and assume and feel, oh, because your ex did this, you're beginning to see the sign in this new person, and then you start behaving that way, and they haven't even done anything, to be honest. So we don't want to be the cause of that relationship breaking up, because we can let go of our past or our past experiences. So we've talked about what jealousy is, we talked about the causes of it, and now I want to talk about the effects of jealousy. The effects of jealousy. Yeah, jealousy can have a range of negative effects on both individuals and the relationship. So we need to be mindful. Like I said, when I give this talk, I want us to kind of self-reflect. It might be something we're going through right now and we don't even know. Now you're hearing FunmiRoyal saying this today. So let's self-examine ourselves and see if it's a pattern in us, in any of our relationships. Could be a professional relationship, could be a family relationship, could be a romantic relationship, whatever. But just self-reflect, because this is the way forward. Like I say here, it's all about positive vibes. We keep it simple and real, and we just have to deal with things instead of ignoring it, because sometimes when we ignore it, it becomes even a bigger issue. So effects of jealousy, let us look at that. The first thing is personal well-being. So prolonged jealousy can lead to stress. I'm telling you, it can lead to stress, it can lead to anxiety, even depression if not dealt with. So it can consume an individual's thoughts and hinder their ability to enjoy life. You're constantly looking over your shoulders, looking up. What are they doing? Are they doing this? You're just feeling so insecure. You feel so jealous, like they're not spending enough time with you. That means it's somebody else, or this and that. That assumption over time will accumulate to be stress, and it becomes anxiety as well. And like I said, it can lead to depression, because you're just sad, you feel betrayed, you feel all of this emotion, just roller coaster of feelings and emotion, and mostly probably assumptions. And our assumptions are mostly negative, and it doesn't help us at all. That's why it's always good to talk about things instead of just sitting and assuming what is not. Because the only way you can find out the truth is when you talk about it, air your views, and hear what they have to say. So, if you don't want to be stressed, do not be jealous. Don't let jealousy creep into your life, because when you're jealous, you're meant to be sleeping and you're thinking about all the activities during the day that is giving you concerns, or giving you like they're not trustworthy, this and that. Before you know, it's in the middle of the night and you haven't even slept a wink end. You have to get up early to go to work or do something, and you haven't slept. And if that carries on, it will bring anxiety, and if it carries on, can lead you to depression. So let us tackle it right from the root before it grows to be bigger than, than we can handle. Ali, I see you. Thanks for joining. So another effect is relationships. Like I said, jealousy can strain a relationship, because when your spouse or partner feels this jealousy, they can't, because sometimes they could consume a person and they don't even realize this, but your partner will see like, my goodness, this jealousy is becoming something else. It's taking a better part of you, and it will strain that relationship, and it will cause huge conflicts, and if care is not taken, it will bring about resentment to your partner, your loved ones, or whoever, to that colleague, and it will bring emotional distance, because you want to keep safe now, because you're just jealous. You feel they're not giving you what you deserve, and that's fear, like I mentioned earlier. And then you now try to keep a distance so they don't hurt you, because of whatever it is you're thinking, or not thinking. It can also lead to controlling behavior and accusations and lack of communication, because you want to control everything your partner does, whoever they're speaking with at all times. You want to be in control of that. How possible? Have you even controlled the people you're speaking to yourself, and you want to control somebody else? That's just a huge thing. It's going to be too much on you, just because you're feeling jealous. They're giving you attention to somebody else, or they're giving that space to somebody else. You start accusing them of what is not, and they try to sit and talk sense with you, like, no, this is not, whatever you're thinking is not, and they try to over time explain and re-explain themselves. This can cause conflict, and once you keep in that attitude of jealousy, you're going to strain the love you have for each other, or the commitment you have for one another, and resentment might come into that relationship, and it will put a wedge between the two of you, or whoever it is you're involved with. So let us be mindful in our relationships that we don't allow jealousy to come in and strain that relationship and cause conflict unnecessarily. So let us deal with that as well. So, social interactions, yes, effects of jealousy. Jealousy or jealous individuals may isolate themselves or push others away, leading to a lack of social support and companionship. Because when you're jealous, you feel they're taking something, that belongs to you, and then you want to withdraw. It could be love. You feel you're loving this person and they're showing love to somebody else, not fully you, this and that, and then you try to withhold your love. When they call you out for social gathering, you don't want to go, because when you're at the social gathering, you see your person talking to everybody. They're the life of the party. You feel jealousy, like, can't they just stay with you and be with you in your space and keep your company and things like that? So be careful, be mindful that your social interaction, there is no jealousy in there. And that's why we have to be open and honest with one another. Adex, my brother, I see you. Thanks for joining. Thanks for sharing the live. Guys, let's like the live. Let's share to our friends to be part of this talk. So be careful that you don't affect your social interaction with your loved ones or with your colleagues, because when you have like maybe a work gathering, you just don't want to go, because you feel everybody's about this person. They just want to be around this person. Why not you? You're feeling somewhat jealous, and that is not safe. It's not healthy mental wise. Professional life is another effect. So in a work environment, jealousy can lead to a toxic atmosphere, reduce your collaboration with this person because you just feel, are they the only one? If I don't work with them, what's the big deal? Da da da. And this can also hinder your productivity. So in a group where you have a team and you have to, teamwork is not about one person, but sometimes one person from the whole team might just stand out. Maybe the way they do their work, maybe their level of productivity or production or whatever, it's higher than yours. Of course, they're bound to be noticed, they're bound to be praised, maybe more than you. And you feel this jealousy, like, are they the only one in this team? Other people are pulling their weight, da da da, this kind of talk. And you feel this jealousy. That can affect your productivity as well. Because instead of you putting that energy into more creativity and more ways of, doing things better, it affects your level of production because you're thinking negatively in terms of jealousy towards a team member. And that is not a good team player. It's not good. So I'm going to move on swiftly to managing and overcoming jealousy. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Katy Praise, I see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for liking the live. You are welcome. The future and life. Let the light that's within me shine to the whole world, whole world. Thank you for liking the live. I see you, Katie. Marina, I see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you. Mazi, I see you. You're welcome, Mary. How are you? So, if you're just joining, you're welcome to Insight with FunmiRoyal this lovely Monday. And the topic I'm talking about today is jealousy. We've looked at jealousy. Yeah, you may be wondering why. These are things we go through, like I said, on a daily basis. Sometimes we're aware of it, sometimes we're not aware. And that's why I've brought, different angles to this topic today so we can self-reflect and, do better, really. I love it when we live a better life. You make life better for yourself and the people in your space, so to say. So jealousy, how do we manage and overcome jealousy? Like I said, for every situation, there's always a solution. But whether we're looking for the solution is even another ball game altogether. So managing and overcoming jealousy. So while jealousy is a natural emotion because it comes naturally, like, it is essential to manage it constructively in order to prevent it from causing harm. Because what you don't, everybody's entitled to their feelings, their emotion, but when it's hurting you and hurting other people around you, then we need to pay attention to it, because it's not our goal in life to hurt people, whether deliberately or intentionally. It's not really good. So we're going to be talking about some strategies that can help. Some strategies. So I'm hoping I'll hear other strategies from you as well when I finish my talk. So this one I've been saying here, repeatedly, to be honest, self-reflection and awareness. Self-reflection and awareness. We're talking about managing and overcoming jealousy. In case you find yourself in it, in case you're experiencing it, or it's even you yourself, how do you manage and overcome it? So here are things you need to identify and understand. Self-reflection and awareness. Acknowledge and understand your feelings of jealousy. Don't be in denial. If it's a relationship or work relationship or family relationship, and you feel that thing like you just have to be better, you need to withhold someone from getting engaged or getting involved with somebody else. Oh, thank you so much, Judith. Oh, thank you so much, says you're welcome. You have to now be mindful. You have to be conscious about it. You need to understand your feelings of jealousy. You need to. You cannot, run away from it and expect, oh, it's going to sort itself out. It's a feeling that you have to take control of. Otherwise, if it goes overboard, it will damage some relationships. And you don't want that. So reflect on the underlying causes and triggers and consider how they relate to your insecurities or your fears. Like I said, it's always good when you're able to identify what the problem is. Then it's easier to find solution. But when you're in denial, you're not even accepting you're feeling jealous, towards somebody or something. How do you tackle that? How do you handle that? In that relationship, you just feel jealous, like, and they're always talking to this person, they're always talking to that person, and they're watching your behavior, your attitude. And if care is not taken, you're not even talking about it, and then they face you and they approach you and say, I think you're jealous because I talk to this person or because I relate with this person. And you're like, no, what makes you think that? And you're in denial. And they're talking about this because they've noticed it. They've noticed your behavior and things like that. So if you're denying and somebody else is even pointing out to you, I best listen, and maybe they can help you sort out whatever it is you're dealing with, whether it's trigger from past experience, like I said, or is the fear you're feeling right now, the insecurities. Some feel, oh, because my spouse is talking to everybody, that means they're with everybody. You don't feel you're just the only person in that regard in their lives, and it's not so. Some people are very outgoing more than others. It doesn't mean they are in a relationship, romantic relationship with everybody. No, we need to, kind of help our mindset regarding that. So sit and talk with your spouse or whoever it is in that relationship with you. So I'm looking at managing and overcoming jealousy. Another thing I'll talk about is improve self-esteem. Exactly what has to be done. We don't want this emotion to take a better part of us. So work on building your self-esteem and self-worth. Be contented with yourself, with who you are. Engage in activities that make you feel competent and confident, and practice self-compassion. Just take it easy on yourself. You are good enough. For the fact that they're praising your colleague does not mean you're useless. For the fact that, they praise a friend more than you does not mean you're a bad friend. So we need to get our mindset, in a different space. So you have to improve your self-esteem. Look for the root cause of this. What is it? Because sometimes some people might grow up in an environment that has not built their self-esteem or self-worth over time, and now they're mature, or they're older and they find themselves in a relationship, and everything they feel they're doing is not just adequate. They don't have this self-esteem, they don't have this self-worth, and that's why they're always feeling jealous, like, oh, this person is better than me, I want to be like this person, and they start feeling some sort of resentment towards whoever it is. So let's be mindful. Do things that will make you feel competent, that will make you feel confidence within yourself. And again, please have compassion on yourself. Be compassionate to yourself. Okay, for the fact that you're not doing things in a way your friend is doing it, in a way your colleague is doing it, does not mean what you're doing is not counted, is not seen. So you need to be confident in yourself. Like I said, even if you're twins, you will do things differently. Somebody might just notice your twin, more than you. Does not mean you don't exist. Does not mean they don't appreciate you as well. So you have to be confident in yourself. And again, another thing I'll talk about is foster trust. Build trust in your relationship through open communication. That is key. That is key. That is key. You have to be honest and you have to be reliable in that relationship. Can your spouse trust that? Because you've told them your story from past experiences or past relationship, can they trust that you're not going to be looking at them with that eye? If anything they do, you just think, oh, this is the thing my ex did to me. Now, you're not going to judge them unnecessarily just because, you're afraid to build that trust with this new person or in that new team or, whatever you find yourself. So address any trust issues directly. Because sometimes People tend to have this habit of going to a third party and be saying, what about this person? Meanwhile, they don't even know you have this issue with them. How would they know if you don't confront them? So you might have to face whatever trust issues directly and work together to strengthen that bond. Let their yes be their yes, let their no be their no, and you believe it. And you're not just like, watching out, who else are they talking to? What are they doing? And things like that. We don't want stress. Life is stressful enough as it is. Anything that will alleviate stress, please, let's bring it on board. So have an honest and open talk with whoever you're in that relationship with or in the workspace with. And this can actually strengthen your bond. And then when you see them talking to other people, you know, oh, they're talking work, it's not you they're discussing, or it's not you they're bringing down, or they're backbiting or whatever about you. You are confident in yourself because you've addressed the issue, and let it die there. Then again, limit comparisons. Oh my goodness, I cannot overemphasize this. How do we feel low self-esteem? Why do we feel inadequate? Because we're comparing ourselves to other people, everyone around us. And why do we feel we're not good enough? And oftentimes I would ask people, has anybody walked up to you to say, you know what, you are not good enough? And they'll think about it for a second. I said, no, nobody has said that. So why are you saying that to yourself? Nobody has said that. Why are you thinking all the time that you are not good enough? So stop comparing yourself. So reduce the habit of comparing yourself to others. You can never do things the way your partner would do it or the way your colleagues would do it. Focus on your unique qualities and your unique achievements. And remember that everyone has their own journey in life. They have their own struggles in life. This thing you're jealous of a colleague or friend, you don't know, maybe they're even jealous of you in some aspects as well. There you go. And yet you're having sleepless nights, you know, like, oh, why is it just them? Always them, and all that. And they're thinking the same thing towards you. Why is it always them? And you never knew this. And yet you're just beating yourself for no reason. So be careful. Again, communication, I'll talk about it here. Communicate openly, like I said. Talk about your feelings with the person involved, not other people. Because when words go around to come and meet whoever it is involved, you know, they're going to hear a different thing altogether. What you said, they're going to say. What you didn't say, they're going to add theirs to the story. And this can even aggravate that relationship some more. So express your concerns calmly and constructively, and listen to their perspective as well. So you just found out that you're just being jealous for no reason by the time you have a talk with them. Mary A says, I can't agree enough. Stop comparing. Exactly. Oh, it's just going to stop comparing yourself to others. Let's stop that, because it's not healthy at all. It's not healthy. Like I said, you can have mentor you look up to. That is a healthy one. Is a different thing we're talking about here. So stop comparing yourself, always feeling you're not adequate, always feeling all of those negativity. We want more positivity. Once the the emotion comes, or the feeling comes, or the thought comes, oh, I don't feel adequate. What is that? That is negative. Yeah. What is the positivity to that? I feel adequate. Say out loud sometimes so you can hear it, and then you can feel adequate. You can feel confidence. I feel confidence. Sometimes you may have to say this over and over again to alleviate that voice, that sound, that emotion, that feeling of jealousy. So I hope this is helping someone out there. And another one I'll mention quickly is practice gratitude. Sometimes we don't appreciate enough. That's why we feel they need to be jealous. Because when you appreciate what they're doing, there won't be any room for jealousy. So focus on the positive aspect of your life first, and the life of whoever it is in that space with you. Whatever you have with them, whether work or whether family, whether romantic or whatever it is. So practicing gratitude can shift your mindset from scarcity of abundance, to abundance. So that will reduce the feeling of jealousy. When you feel this person is spending so much time, you can walk up to them and say, wow, everybody likes the company. Everybody likes to be where you are. That is positive. And when you see that way, It will alleviate the jealousy instead of just sitting there, oh, they're spending time with everybody. Why is it everyone? Why not you? No, because when you appreciate that, that means you're also extending a hand of fellowship or something, you know. And then the thought of jealousy, oh, what are they doing? What are they not talking? What did it goes away because you appreciate the person you're with. You appreciate that they're not you and you're not them. For the fact that your friend or your partner talks to 1,000,001 person and you just talk to just a handful of people does not mean you're better than them or they're better than you. It's just your person. So don't be jealous. Don't beat yourself about it. Let's erase that mindset and appreciate, show gratitude. And that way you'll be amazed at what you get back in return. Because sometimes the feelings and things we project onto others, they give us tenfolds back. So imagine you're projecting jealousy in tenfolds to someone. Imagine what they will give back to you. My goodness, you won't like it. Thank you, Mary, for liking the live. So jealousy, managing, maintaining it, controlling it, and all of that. Sometimes, like I mentioned, possessiveness the other time, that is the extreme end of being jealous, you know. So sometimes you might find yourself in that situation. There is nothing wrong with you other than you are not in control, constructive control of that feeling. So you may need to get professional help. I would never stop saying this. We may need to get professional help for us to be able to deal adequately with that jealousy before it consumes us. Because jealousy will lead to bitterness, to resentment, like I mentioned, and it will destroy that relationship altogether. So you know yourself, you know it's becoming a possessive one. This is the extreme feeling that we need to manage. And you've tried your best, you just can't, it's getting worse. You can seek professional help. So if jealousy becomes overwhelming or destructive, consider seeking help from a therapist or a counselor. There is no shame in this. We go to doctors when we're sick. Let's go to therapists if we need their help. They can provide strategies and support to address deep-seated issues like jealousy. You'll be amazed what a counselor can do, what a therapist can help you do. Especially when we talk about jealousy, you can look for a CBT counselor, you know, cognitive behavioral therapy. You can do that and they might just be able to help you. Or it could be a person-centered, you know, they help you deal with all these issues or the feelings, emotions you're feeling. And the last thing I'm going to say before I round up my talk is healthy boundaries. If you're the type, you're a jealous type, or you find that this person around you, they're so jealous, you know, that's why we're talking. We need to self-reflect. Are we the one that is the jealous one, or is just the people around us? And this looking at this topic today, I want to believe has been able to help you pin it down to identify what is and then what you can do to help alleviate jealousy in your relationship. I don't know why TikTok bring this all the time, but let's try and put that in. So just to verify who I am not a robot. I hope you guys are hearing me. I want to believe so, because otherwise somebody would have mentioned. So thank you, TikTok, for checking. I am human. I am human. So the last one I'm going to mention is healthy boundaries. Thank you, Tahila. I see you. So establish and maintain healthy boundaries in your relationship. Once you start sensing like jealousy is coming in, rather than keep it, rather than sit and be assuming 4 + 9 is 500, let's be careful. Let's maintain a healthy boundary in our relationship. That's why I always say communication goes a long way. It resolves matters quickly than just being in denial and then start assuming all sorts upon all sorts and then almost driving you crazy. You need to respect your partner's autonomy and encourage mutual respect and understanding. Like I said earlier, for the fact that your partner talks with everybody, plays with everyone and all that, does not mean that they don't respect you, doesn't mean that they don't love you, doesn't mean that they don't appreciate who you are as a person. You have to appreciate who you are as a person. You have to be comfortable in your own skin and own yourself, own everything that has to do with you. Likewise, your feelings and your emotion, you need to own it. Don't put that on somebody else because you're assuming what is not. Or even when you sense it, like I said, even when you think it's there, how do you address it? You have to do that with mutual respect and understanding for the next person. And that's when we need to keep it simple and real, try to understand one another and not just assume. Assumption does not help anything, it destroys even. So in my conclusion today, jealousy is a powerful emotion that can affect various aspects of our lives. So by understanding its causes and effects, we can take steps to manage it constructively. You have to face it deliberately and head on. No cutting corners, no being in denial. Otherwise, you will not be able to resolve that issue. And again, jealousy involves self-reflection. Like I said, is it you that you're being jealous, or is it someone around you? So you reflect about it. Be sure which is what, and also improve your self-esteem, fostering trust in your relationships, with your siblings, your friends, your colleagues, and have open communication. So when addressed properly, when addressed properly, jealousy can be transformed into an opportunity for personal growth and stronger, healthier relationships. I tell you, that is what you get when properly and constructively navigated. You will enjoy your relationship. You will love yourself some more. Wale Hassan, thanks for joining. I see you. I'm just at the end of my talk today. Yes, thank you so much. Let's live and share, like and share the live. Thank you guys so much. So I hope I've been able to keep your attention at least for this few minutes. And I would always pray that we all strive to understand and manage our emotions better, leading to more fulfilling and harmonious lives wherever we find ourselves, whether in a workspace, in the family space, in the love space. Jealousy is not a good thing to keep. Jealousy is not a good thing to have. Jealousy is not a good thing to show to other people because it just says a lot about us. We need to be better manager of our emotions so it doesn't take the better part of us. We don't want to go into that negative side. When you're jealous and all sorts comes to your head, you will lose sleep because you're having this emotion that you're not taking charge of. So we don't want that. And I hope, like I said, this talk have been able to help people things in perspective and you know what to do now. So I would like to hear from you guys. What your take on is on jealousy. So like I always do, I have my questions I want to ask us after this because I really want to hear your perspective as well. So do you think jealousy is a healthy lifestyle? And again, I was thinking, can jealousy be completely overcome? Is it possible? I really want to hear from you. Let the dawn of a new day bring understanding and love. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Wale. I hear you. So that is my 2 cents, as I say, and I hope this has helped you really to self-examine yourself, examine that relationship you're in, that workspace. If there's any iota of jealousy, how are you going to deal with it? Is jealousy a healthy lifestyle? And do you think jealousy can be completely overcome? I don't know. Maybe if you think so, I'd love to hear from you. So guys, I needed to send an invite if you have something you want to share with us, because I really want to hear from you. I want to learn from people as well. I've given my own perspective to it. I want to hear what you have to say. Do you even think there's something called jealousy to even start with? Who knows? And shortly, I'm going to be bringing my puzzle. So this puzzle, it's a funny one. Mary, you're there. You remember one time ago we did the tongue twisters? Today's one is another tongue twister, and it is the Betty Butter tongue twister. So you guys you can Google this, it's okay. But the thing to the puzzle is you have to say it out loud without blabbing and as fast as possible. So look for the Betty Butters tongue twister. Is on the internet. So just Google it and it will bring it out, and we're going to try to attempt it, and you can get the gift for today. So we will see who will be able to get that today. So I just want to see who is here. Tahila, I see you. Mary, you're welcome. And user 7878, thanks for joining. You can send an invite. Let's hear your take about this topic. Jealousy. Hello, Mary. How are you? I hope you're still in the town. Oh no.
How are you?
Oh, I can see the bar already. I hope the network is good today. You're back in town, I can
No,
see.
I think it's where I stay.
Oh, oh, I hope it's good today
It's
because
kind of hilly.
oh, the area generally.
Yeah, it's the area where I live. I believe it's because of where I am. Because
Oh,
remember those weeks the time I was away?
it was so clear and good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we keep our fingers
So
crossed.
I guess it's where I am.
I guess so too. But you're welcome. How are you? How's your week been so far?
No, it has been good. Today we're celebrating our Independence Day. It was on 6th. So
Oh,
the holiday is today, being on Monday.
congratulations to that. How many years is it?
Malawi at 60.
Whoa, they're just behind Nigeria as well. Oh wow, that's a
Mhm.
milestone.
Kind of.
Yeah. I hope you're still there because I want to hear from you. Oh, I hope you're still there. I really want to hear from you before you drop off today. And Yeri, I see you. Thanks for joining. So, Mary, I don't know how much of the talk you heard, but I mean, you can start with the questions. What has come to your mind when you talk about jealousy? Is jealousy a healthy lifestyle? And do you think jealousy can be totally, completely overcome?
No, thank you so much for the wonderful topic.
You're welcome.
Uh,
Thank
yeah, it's
you.
one of its kind, of which I do believe, yeah, jealousy, it's mainly comes with something that you touched, indeed, the so low self-esteem.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't know if you can hear me,
Yeah, I can.
because it looks
Yeah.
like you're frozen from that end.
Oh, I'm still here. I can hear you, Mary.
Aha, okay. So yeah, from my end, I do take it as because of the low self-esteem,
Hmm.
because you start feeling jealousy, mainly on 2 points. When you feel like you're behind someone, or you feel like someone is above you, is
Hmm.
ahead of you, and you want to be better, or someone looks better than
Better than
yourself.
yourself. Sorry, one second. I'll just mute you while so that we can hear Mary. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Yay! 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 Yeah, Mary. Sorry about that. You can carry on, please.
No, oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
No, no,
So yeah, the moment you start thinking in those lines, to
yeah.
say my friend is ahead of me, but why is it like that? Why is he doing that? I mean, I would have done this better had it been that thing was in my position. I could do it better than the way he's doing. You're comparing yourself on every bit. I mean, that's not the way of life.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
One thing I always talk about is self acceptance. When you accept yourself, who you are, the way
Mm-hmm.
you are,
Mm-hmm.
that's the way to go. You won't even feel jealousy of the others.
Yeah.
But the moment you start comparing yourself, you start thinking that your friends are ahead of you, or maybe you're a better person than the other. It's just that, or maybe at the workplace, it's just that the position that he's holding is not even worth it, is not qualified about it. I would have been the better person in that position.
You're welcome.
Then you lose it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even petty things, you start comparing yourselves
Oh,
with the other person.
mm,
So it's not even healthy.
mm-mm, it's not.
You just oppress yourself, you just depress yourself for useless things. You start competing with a friend of which maybe that person doesn't even know that you're competing with,
Exactly. And that's just the sad part of it,
giving
really.
yourself pressure for useless things.
Mm, mm, mm. That's
So
true.
to me, I don't know if I'm answering your question or I'm just, yeah, but to me, jealousy is not a healthy thing. I mean, we better deal with it, act positively. Whatever you have is enough for you. Don't compare yourself with the other person. Accept the other friends that are ahead of you. Accept that time will tell, maybe you will be ahead of the person in the near future, but
Yeah.
accept who is ahead of you now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Mm. So, but do you
The
think,
positions that we have now,
yeah,
the things that we have now, they are not like permanent. Everything is temporal. You don't know what tomorrow holds.
we need to know that, really? Mm.
Mhm. You don't have to think that the way you are now, you should be like that forever. You don't have to think that the way you are now, you should be like that forever.
Mm. That's
Yeah, you
true.
continue asking something.
Mm. That's
Yeah, you
true.
continue asking something.
Yeah, that's true, Mary. I agree with you completely. Yes, I do. It's not healthy. Jealousy is not healthy. I think I've heard before somebody said positive jealousy. I'm like, don't spin it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Like saying good
Mm-hmm.
vibe. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No. No. Whether small or big, whether ginormous, jealousy is jealousy and it's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing.
No. Yeah. Oh, I see those bars
So
again.
yeah, that's all I can say for now.
Hmm. Thank you, Mary. 1 second. Let me just do this. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. Mm-mm.
Can I come in?
Yes, you can. I'm just trying to. Yeah, okay. I think I pressed the wrong thing. Thank you so much, Mary, for that contribution. I really to it, and really I agree with that as well. So Wale, thanks for joining. I'm surprised. It's like you're coming here once in every 4 months now. Just kidding.
I'll make it as regularly as possible nowadays.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Not a
Well,
problem, my dear.
once I have the notification, I'll make every effort to be part of it because I learn a lot and I enjoy, and it's also an avenue to reunite.
Yeah. Thank you.
I quite well, yeah, I quite well agree with a lot of things that Mary said. And I also want to look at it from background, upbringing. Whenever a child is brought up, and the parent will say, "Don't you see your friend? Don't you see your brother? Don't you see your sister? I'm very sure your siblings will never do it this way." And comparing what a child does with others, I think it really negatively impacts on their self-esteem. It's a no-no for good parenting. So that is one. Secondly, is that every child, every one of us are unique in our way.
Definitely.
I always tell myself that I am a brand.
Wow.
I am a brand in the sense that I don't need anything to add on to myself before I appreciate myself. I know that I am simply incomparable with any other person. They got their values, I got mine too. They got their minuses, I got mine. I'm not perfect, but I will not in any way measure myself in the yardstick of others. That is very important. And thank you very much. And I want to look at it from the spiritual point of view. You see, to be jealous means you don't have good understanding of God that you say you believe in. God does not need to take from anyone before he could give to me.
That's true.
He is God of immeasurable, abundant resources. So you don't need to be denied before I'm blessed.
Yeah.
So why should I now be jealous of you? Because your source, my source, is unquenchable. So I don't need to be jealous of you. You don't need to be jealous of me. If indeed I believe in God, if I have a clear understanding of the abundance of God, then I have no reason to be jealous of you, because by taking away from you, if I think that, oh, God is limited, that is why he needs to take from someone before he could give to me. So we should all claim to be believers in God, not just claiming to be. We should rather act it. We should live our lives believing that God has more than enough that could go around every one of us, and it will never be ending. And I want to quickly comment on the issue of positive jealousy. There's nothing called positive jealousy.
I don't know. People
It,
have
it,
ways of things.
you understand it? It is competition. There's nothing wrong in taking up challenges. You can take up challenges. Oh, if Fumi could go 1 hour on a program like this, and it's always very, very, very educative, it's very interesting. Let me also, as a content producer, also let me see ways. What content could I bring up that will also last 1 hour? This is competition. There's nothing wrong. There's not. In fact, I'm no, no. I think it's a wrong word. It's a challenge, not competition. It's a challenge. Take up a challenge. Do new things. Exert yourself. Expand on your horizon. There's nothing wrong in that. Where it becomes negative is when you think, by pulling this person down, that is when I can rise. By seeing negative or saying negative things about this person, or pruning this person, that is when I can now flourish. No, don't do that. If it gets to that, and sadly enough, it happens among spouses. It it happens among spouses, among friends, among colleagues, in the offices. All these we need to work on, and of course, be conscious. We need to be conscious of it and ensure that whatever we do, we don't just claim to believe in the abundance of God. Rather, let us live with that belief that indeed God is able to provide for you without taking from others. Thank you very much.
Thank you so. Wow, that is profound. Honestly, he broke it down from the spiritual perspective to the background upbringing. Blink Stars 5, I'd love to hear from you. I've just sent you an invite. Please do accept. I'd love to hear from you. Manager, you're welcome. It's amazing, there's nothing positive about jealousy. I'm telling you, all the things I've mentioned, you can see that it's an issue, it's a problem. And if we don't take charge of that emotion, it will destroy relationships we have. It will destroy things that we think we possess. There is nothing good about Jealousy. So we have to be mindful. Is jealousy a healthy lifestyle? I would say capital no, but you might have a different answer to it. I don't know. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much, Wally, for your contribution. Thank you, Mary. So I want us to attempt my puzzle today. I'm not sure we're able to type it in, manager. So you can just write the tongue twister Betty Butter. Mary, have you heard of that before? Wale, have you heard of the tongue twister Betty Butter? Anyone heard of it? Oh, nope, you haven't. You remember the other time we did a tongue twister, Peter Piper? Peter Piper picked is it Peter Piper we
Yeah,
did?
that I remember.
Okay. So if you go on Google, just type tongue twister Betty Butter, it will bring the right up. And I don't know if I can attempt it. I'm trying to remember the whole of it, but you can bring it out on Google. And if you can say it as fast as possible without blabbing, then you get the gift for today. Wale, you can Google as well. I want to dare everyone. So the other time we did Peter Papa picked a peck of pickled pepper, and I think somebody got it, they got the gift. So today we're looking at a tongue twister Betty Butter. It sounds like this. I don't know the totality of it, but it sounds like Betty butter bought some butter, but she said her butter is bitter. If I put it in my butter, it will make my butter bitter. But a bit of better butter, better than a bitter butter. And she put it in her butter, and the butter was not bitter. So it was Betty better butter, but a bit of better butter. Yay! So that's the one for today. If you can say it, at least try as fast as I did, then I'll give you the gift for today. Otherwise, adios. I'm going to keep my gift to myself. So guys, if you're just joining Papa Amo, I see you. Thanks for joining. Our topic today is jealousy. We've looked at various aspects to jealousy, and we talked about self-reflection, because sometimes it's easy or easier to point to people to say, you're a jealous person. Have you ever examined yourself to actually find out if you are the jealous person? It's hard. The truth, the truth is bitter, as they say, so it's always good to kind of self-reflect. When you can identify this emotion from yourself and tackle it, instead of leaving it to fester on, and it becomes bitterness and envy, and becomes stressful and all of that, and you're becoming possessive because you feel that person, why is it all about them, and things like that. Is not healthy. I don't think it's a healthy lifestyle. And one of the things I kept thinking about is, can jealousy be completely overcome? I don't know. If you have the answer, please let me know. Why not come up and let us talk about this, so we can educate ourselves some more and share ideas, so that in case we are, the ones being jealous, we can tackle it, do something about it, because it's not healthy. I believe so. So is somebody there trying my puzzle, my tongue twister for today? Onoye, oh, how are you? You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for joining. How are you today? Onoye, I hope you can speak where you are today. How are you? Oh, I hope it's not the network, because it's either the network or... Onoye, you can type on the screen. I can see. I'll skip this. I'm naturally at ease. Stammering. Okay, we will leave you out of it then. Onoye, thank you so much. Can you talk where you are? But Wale, please don't go still. If you're not too busy, just stay in the box. I just want to see my brother there in the box encouraging. Oh, Mary got disconnected. Okay, I'll try and see if I can bring it back. Oh, I just sent the invite, so I don't know if you can receive it or not. Thank you. So who wants to try?
Yes, Fumi, good evening. I can hear you. How's it going?
It's going good. Thank you so much. And with you?
Thank you. Sure.
Yeah, good. So how are you today? Yeah, good.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I don't know if you have anything to say about the topic jealousy, or you want to try my tongue twister. Betty Butter is on the internet. You can just Google it. Tongue twister Betty Butter. and try to say it as fast as possible. If you can do it, if you can hack it, you get my gift for today.
Sean,
Otherwise,
tongue twister. Say it again. Tongue
the
twister.
tongue twister, and the title of it is Betty Butter.
Oh, Betty Butter. Tongue twister. Betty Butter.
Yes. So I don't know if you were here. I think a couple of months back we did the Peter Papa Pig, the Peck or Pickle Pepper, Peck or Pickle Pepper, Peter Papa Pig. You know, I love to say that. So that's like the tongue twister. But this one is Betty Butter, and I've just said it. And did I blab, Mary? Did I blab?
Tongue twister. Betty Butter.
Betty Butter.
Oh, tongue
Betty.
twister. Betty Butter.
Yes. So you have to say it as fast as possible without blabbing. And then you can get
Tongue
the.
twister. Betty Butter.
Yes. You can Google it. It goes like Betty butter, bought some butter, but she said her butter is bitter. If I put it in my butter, it will make my butter better. Something like that.
That's hard to
Oh,
try.
you can. We can try. Let's see. Let's see what stuff you're made of, and we'll see. Junie, I see you. I'm sending an invite. And Lady Bless, thank you guys for joining. I see you there. So we've been talking about jealousy. We talked about what jealousy is and how we can, the effects of jealousy and how we can control and manage it in case, it's us exhibiting that emotion. Junie, I want to hear from you, Junie. I can see you. So why not come up and share with us today? Let's hear your perspective about this topic, jealousy. Do you think jealousy is a healthy emotion? Is it a healthy lifestyle? And do you think one can actually completely overcome jealousy? I want to hear from you. Imole Ayo. Thank you for liking the live. Bros, you're here today. Please, I'm going to bring you into the box. I want to hear you. Don't tell me you're somewhere you can't speak. Please, please. You can tap on the screen. I would know, but I'm going to send the invite anyways. Thank you so much. Lyalesh, I think that's the name. I see you, and apologies if I'm not pronouncing it well, because sometimes yeah, we do pronounce it wrongly. Okay. So if you're where you can speak Imole Ayo, please. My honorable Tahila, I see you. Thank you for liking the live. So Wale, you're not even going to attempt this at all. Onoye is still looking for it.
No way.
Why not? Why not?
I don't want to bite my tongue.
Ah,
I chose to become a producer, not by mistake.
okay. You can produce the tongue twister as well. Betty Butter.
I can write a lot of it, I tell you. Just wake me up, and I'll be able to do that. But when it comes to performing it, one more, forget, forget.
I'm gonna just let you be. It's all right. Thank you, Onoye. So, Onoye, have you found it? Are you going to attempt it? It's not that hard, is it? At least you can see it. Imagine you have to recite it, offhand, as I say. Oh, you're not. Okay, so I don't know what your contribution is about the topic. What do you have to say? Have you experienced someone, being jealous of you? How did you handle it, Onoye?
Hmm. Jealousy. Jealousy is a terrible emotion, a terrible feeling. How will I say it?
Tell me about
And
it.
jealousy is a spirit.
Mm, yeah.
Mm. So jealousy comes in form of is a kind of a knowledge, just like when that verse says that the fruit that contain the knowledge of good and of evil.
Oh, okay.
So that's that jealousy is. It's best you did not get that thing into your head because once you get it in, to get it out is always difficult.
Very.
So jealousy is not about the person have more than you or you
Mm,
have more than the person. There's people say you there are some people that they will have more than you, but still they will
mm,
still have that jealousy in them.
yeah.
They'll still have it in them. Just like the case of Joseph and his brothers. You can see at that level, none of them have anything. They are still actually living with their parents.
Oh, imagine, yeah.
Okay, they are still living with their parents. They have nothing. And then just because of the dream he shares with his brother, see how the jealousy comes in. So that is how jealousy is. You don't need to have anything before someone start jealousing you.
Lady bless you.
So the only way to overcome it, we just pray that we shouldn't find ourselves in the midst of jealous people.
Mm.
Yeah, so there is no formula or yardsticks to measure it that if you pray this way, jealousy will go off you, or if you do this. No. It's just God we pray. We should not be in the midst of those kind of people.
Oh, amen to that, brother. Amen.
Yeah,
Amen. Thank you. Thank you so much.
that's all I can say.
Another question I'm asking is, do you think jealousy can be completely overcome?
Yeah, it depends on the individual. Is how you feel. Is how you feel. Because like me, instead of me getting jealous of what I don't have, I try to go try my best if I can get it.
Okay.
So, or at least I can even ask the person, "Oh, I like this thing that you're doing. How can you share your knowledge with me so that I can also get this thing?"
Mm,
But so in the other aspect, that one is not jealousy. You appreciate the achievement of that person, and then you also want to be
sorry, Onoye,
likewise.
I mentioned having a mentor is different. That's the healthy one kind of a thing. Your mentor, they're doing something, you also want to emulate and do that, but not jealousy in the
Yes.
sense that, yeah, you're feeling almost bitterness, resentment because they're doing
hmm
that thing and you can't do it.
So if you come to that aspect, there's no way you can even talk person out of jealous, because at the end of the day, if the person is jealous of you, you might not even know.
Exactly.
You might not even know. So there's no way we can. And jealousy is not be like is glaring for us to see that is a no.
I was gonna
It,
say it's not gonna be written
it's
on
not
the
written on the forehead exactly. You can't even see it.
phone.
So sometimes we pray that God should just open our eyes to see that bit of a, let me say, symptoms or some kind of a red flag for you to see that this person is jealous. Then we can know how to measure our relationship with the person. That's the only thing. But there's nothing we can do for who person that have a dirty mind has a dirty mind.
Thank
There's
you.
there's nothing you can do to for that situation.
Well, maybe if
There's
they
nothing.
pray, maybe they pray and they work at it, they can overcome. Maybe.
No, no. See, there are certain things you cannot pray against. You just have to put it away. Just like Apostle Paul said, when I was a child, I think like a child. So, but when you becomes an adult, you started raising like an adult. So we know there are some children in the days of their growth, you can see that they are jealous. But by the time they grows up, you see that those children have put those things away. So it's something that people need to put away. There's no way you can mentor them. There's no way you can pray for them. Just like we always say that devil knows the whole verse in the Bible. So he knows the whole verse in the Bible, and then he's still acting the way he's acting.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah. Okay.
So there's nothing we can do.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. We heard it from Anaya, we have to do away with jealousy. It's an emotion that comes, and we have to be in control of our emotions, because if everybody runs riot with their emotions, I don't think there'll be anybody left in the world. So we need to take charge of that feeling so it doesn't overwhelm us or doesn't spoil our relationship with other people. Because when people sense jealousy from you, they will want to keep you at arm's length. They wouldn't want to have anything to do with it. They would avoid you. And you can imagine that can lead to loneliness and all others, negativity. So we need to be mindful. Thank you, Wale. I have Lady Bless. In fact, we are all blessed to be here tonight. How are you
Good
today?
evening, everybody. Sorry for the other day. My boss was just around, so I couldn't speak.
Oh, it's fine. Thank you so
Uh,
much for always coming to
yes.
encourage. We really
I
appreciate it.
I really love this topic. You know, when we are talking about jealousy, for me, jealousy is just like a force that spoil the vine. And
Mm,
it's an act of evil, and you can find them everywhere. The only
wow.
way we can overcome jealousy is you just have to be contented of what you have. You
Yeah.
don't have to heavy someone. Can overcome jealousy is you just have to be contented of what you have. You
Yeah.
don't have to heavy someone. And again,
That's true.
jealousy is a spirit. It's a spirit. So as a believer, we need to abstain from jealousy.
Yeah. God help
Because
us.
when you allow that spirit, to take over you, it's going to be very difficult for you to overcome jealousy. Just like what happened to Joseph in the Bible, we see that because of jealousy, they sold him into slavery. And that kind of attitude is everywhere. You can find them in the office, in the in the marketplace, everywhere, even your family. So the only
Yeah.
way we can abstain from jealousy, we just have to pray, meditate on the word, and be contented
With.
whatsoever you have, just be contented with it. Because by the time you allow jealousy, to take over your spirit, before you know, it leads to murder. So we
Mm,
just have to do our best to abstain from jealousy. It's a force.
thank you. Thank you.
As an
Thank
individual, and
thank
as
you,
a
Lady.
believer, we need to. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Carry on, carry on. No, I was just clapping for what you said. That's why.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. I said that as a believer, we just need to abstain from jealousy because you see, jealousy has I don't know how to put it. Okay, I had an experience in my workplace.
Okay.
I'm the kind of person that I would say I'm very good. Yes, I'm very good. I'm very sharp. I don't want to praise myself, but that it is. So in
Self-appraisal.
this my workplace, eh?
I said
So in my
self-appraisal is
work,
good. Yeah.
hey, so that I don't want to be self-appraiser. So in my workplace, at times I do, they put me in a position that I have to, like a responsibility. But the problem me I'm having in that my workplace is just that the people that surround me is a problem. It's a
Wow.
big problem. And to cram it all, they are all, they are from Nigeria. They are not even maybe the white people. No, they are Nigerian people like me.
Wow.
Because of heaviness, because of jealousy, they can even go to an extreme that they will go and lie against you. Say all sorts of things that are not true just to bring you down. So that is
Okay, thank you.
another
Wow.
thing that jealousy can actually cause. So it's a destroyer, it's a murderer. So as child of God, we need to kill that force. We need to really, really abstain from it. Otherwise, we will end up like Joseph. Thank God for Joseph because he was a man of prayer. Assuming Joseph wasn't a man of prayer, who knows what would have happened to him? Maybe he would have just been abandoned in the prison. Do you know that because of jealousy, most people they are in the prison just because of jealousy?
Somebody else there.
So it's not, we can actually, I don't know how, we just have to do our best just to do without it. But I don't think we can be able to overcome jealousy because as an individual, you need to work on yourself so that you won't have that spirit.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that submission. I completely agree with you. It's something you have to work on. You can't just leave it. Sometimes, even we know, apart from being a believer, I mean, any normal human being who operates in the act of jealousy, it's not going to lead to anything positive. So, even for us believers, if prayer without works is dead. So, even when you pray, what works are
Yes,
you doing? You have to do something. And that's why I say sometimes communication is better. But when you're in the midst of people, just like Lady Bless, trying to share her experience, when you're in the midst of people and you feel like they are all vultures waiting to bring you down because they're jealous, maybe because you're the
exactly.
team leader or you're just in a bit of high position than they are, and they're so jealous. So rather than come together and work to bring the best out of the team. They're just jealous. They want this person to fail. They want this person to fall so that they can be removed from there and maybe they be put there. But you don't know that whatever you do to others, they will do back to you. See how
Exactly,
Saul was
exactly.
destroyed in the Bible. I know, so jealousy, David was a threat to him. And it's a thing from the pit of hell, to be honest with you. And Naaman as well. You can imagine being jealous. Look at the end of the day, what he planned for somebody else came back to hunt to be the same thing that happened to him. So we need to be careful because that's why I say this kind of topic it takes for self-reflection. You might be in it, you're experiencing jealousy from other people, and the hardest one is for us to admit that we are jealous of somebody. Lady Bless, am I right or wrong?
Yeah, no, you are right. But nobody want to admit that. Nobody.
Oh,
Everybody is saying that we are all perfect. Somehow.
no, nobody will come and admit that I'm a jealous person or what do I do? They'll just look at you and are you
Nobody to
serious?
you.
Yeah, so that's why we need to
Yeah.
self-reflect and examine a situation. Why are you jealous of that person? You need to break it down and understand where this feeling, this emotion is coming from so you can tackle it. Maybe you feel inadequate. Look at that person. What do they have that you don't have? Rather than being jealous, like I think it was Wale or Ononye that said it, you can help them. I mean, speak to them, let them mentor you to be better at that thing rather than just being jealous and frustrating them. Wale said many homes, relationships are broken due to jealousy. I'm telling you,
Exactly.
sibling rivalry, between partners, like Lady Bless said, at the office, there is tendency for the feeling to come, but should be put in check. Definitely. Tehila, thank you for that contribution. It has to be put in check because it's just like anger. If you don't control your anger, it will destroy things. The same with jealousy. If you don't control it, let's say I think I gave example of being in a relationship and because somebody hurt you in the past, maybe they broke your trust, or because they're all over, they're extroverted people, they're everywhere, you just feel you can't trust them, and you're jealous when they're talking to A, you're jealous when they're talking to B. It's only you they must talk to. But we need to, partner. If not, you're becoming a possessive person. And when your partner senses that, it can actually break the relationship altogether. So we need to be mindful. There is tendency for feeling to come. Okay, I've read that. So regularly ask yourself if you're jealous or not. Hey, that word regularly. Wale, I'm not sure if anybody's even facing that at all, but it's a
No,
good advice. Yeah, go on.
the the thing is, there is no way we can actually eradicate or disqualify jealousy not to be in existence. It's hard
It is
because
hard.
of at the end of the day, the reason why it's hard, the fingers are not equal, and God designed it, nature designed it that way.
Yeah.
Ability is differ. God designed it that way. Just like it says in one verse that is it like it said the potter is one that potter the clay, whatever. Then if you check those three slave master, it says he give them the coins according to their ability. Now
Yeah.
ability is being given by nature.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now beautiful and nine shapes and body is being given by nature.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
these natural things that has been given, it is a natural tendency to cause the next person to grieve or to jealous. So
That's true.
the few people who are not actually jealous, it's just that they build up the mind very strong,
Mm-hmm.
and let me say they are God fearing people. They understand the way life goes, and that's why they are not jealous.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
in this life, there's everything for you to see to get you jealous. There are
Tell
those who are
me.
born. There are those who are born with silver spoon. There are those who are born with golden spoon, and then there are some who are born with no spoon.
Oh, tell me, Ross. Tell us.
Okay, so
Jealousy is a
so
sense of
there are
hopelessness.
some, yeah, hopelessness, and there are some who are fighting hope against hope. And then when they look at the next person, they started asking themselves and asking even the creator, why in my own case different? Why was I being created like this? Or why was I being born like this? So you see a lot of people go through these things of trauma, jealousy, some do some nasty things to one another. If you carefully, I would there's anything that could be a mind reader or a brain reader to see them, some are
Oh,
actually angry for nature that make them the way they are. There's
mm,
those who are born blind. Even in that same Bible, there was one verse where there was asking Christ that what sin this man caused for him to be born blind. Some says because of sin. And then Christ said, no, this guy haven't committed no sin from his forefather, no sin for 4 generations, but he was just born blind for the word of God to come to pass.
wow, you can
So
imagine.
there are things like that. So there are natural things that affect people, can make them get jealous,
Yeah,
and they beat themselves through life about that.
it's not
So it's
easy.
not easy. So it's
Yeah.
like we say we want to let remove sin from the world. No, it's hard. It's only God who can do that. That's how
Tahila,
jealousy is.
thank you, Onoye. Sorry to cut you. I just want to read what Tahila said before it goes there. Say, if you have hope, I don't care how anyone is, time and season to happen to them all. I want to believe that's what you wanted to say, and that is true. Thank you so much. What you said is completely true. That is
Yeah,
another portion that says the poor will always be in the land. What do you have to say
exactly.
about that? There's nothing we
Exactly.
can do about it.
Nothing.
We just have to be contented in our space where we find ourselves. And if all of us were to self examine, where you were 10 years ago is not where you are today. Do you reckon?
Exactly.
So the whole idea, we will just pray we should not find ourselves in that kind of environment. That's the best thing, because if we say we want to preach for the next person to come out of sin, if the person is not ready to come out of sin, the preaching is invalid. We just be stressing ourselves. So it's an individual effort to okay, fine, this is nature. Let me just accept my fate and take life easy with myself. But
And
it's
sometimes,
hard.
yeah, thank you. Sometimes what we don't know is when we accept things the way they are, that's when God can even elevate us, because He will know that, okay, you're contented with where you are. If I take you another step higher, you will just be contented. And the truth is, sometimes, oh goodness, this jealousy, I don't want to use the B word, not the one you think, is just so annoying. It steals from the person carrying it, and then it steals from people around them. Because one, you will lose your joy, you will lose your peace. And then when you lose that, of course, you're going to rub off on people around you, just because you're not in control of that feeling, that emotion. I was talking about the effects of jealousy, personal well-being. You're even hurting yourself some more. You think you're jealous of that person, you're the one that is even bitter. You're the one that is not contented. So you're even hurting yourself some more. And that is not healthy. You will cause yourself stress. Because what? And again, I want to bring again to the forefront the place of social media in this thing we're talking about. Because Onoye, you are saying maybe the size you're in, you go online and you see all those slim people because you're on the big side and you don't like yourself, you're jealous. How you wish you were that person. And then you don't have peace of mind. We need to be contented within ourselves. We need to appreciate ourselves the way we are. Of course, we can do better. We will work hard and do all of those things, but not at the expense of being miserable or making other people miserable. Tehila says, I hope they are the one hurt, because innocent people can be hurt. I know. And that's what we're saying, that a lot of people, through jealousy, they've lost loved ones, they've lost close business partners, they've lost a lot of things. So why not let us learn how to contain this emotion so that it doesn't destroy that the things we're meant to be enjoying. It's very crucial. That's why I said, this thing, we need to examine ourselves. We need to examine the space we find ourselves. And then when you're even surrounded with people who are jealous, how do you even handle them? That's even another thing, because care is not taken.
That was the.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I wanted to. I wanted to. I wanted to ask question now. As an
Okay.
individual, how can you safeguard yourself in the midst of jealous people? So I just want to hear from you. How can you safeguard yourself in the
You know
midst of
what?
jealous people?
The first and foremost thing is to identify you are in the midst of them. And one of the things I'll still say is you have to pray for wisdom to deal with these people. And sometimes you have to be creative. You have to be 10 times ahead of their own thinking, if you get me. And there's this saying from where I come from, if you want to catch a monkey, you have to behave like a monkey. No, was it Paul that said, I became all things to all men, so to say, but yet without sin, if it gets me right. So if you can identify that these people are jealous, you have to look deeper within. Where do you think the root of jealousy from this person is coming from? So it's a lot of work, but at the end of the day, if you're able to resolve it, you might just be best friends with this person at the end of the day. You cannot bring jealousy approach to jealousy on ground. So, say for example, a colleague, you just notice that when you do something, they're jealous like that. And one way that I think just right out here is engage them some more. Be watchful, but engage them some more. Maybe you give them two tasks, just like the talent, and maybe they strive. Add one more to see and be monitoring, just so that they know, okay, this person really still, am I the one that everybody can work with? Am I open to them to see that I'm transparent and is not breeding jealousy from them? Maybe as a leader, maybe you're hoarding information or you're hoarding something. I don't know what your setup is like, for example, but you have to just be wiser, be a step ahead of their thinking. At least you can see the signs, symptoms and everything. Take it one by one from each of them. And at the end of the day, I tell you, if you can hold two people and let them see how transparent you are, they will spread the word, and they might just do away with this jealousy and find out that, oh, Lady Bless is, she's a good person. She's after our growth, and they can see it's open and honest, and they will just let go. So we need to help each other to overcome this jealousy. And remember, we have to be our brother's keeper. We have to be our sister's keeper. That's one of the many ways I think. But I don't know, Ononye, are you still
For me,
there?
for
Yeah.
me, if
Yes.
if someone if someone is jealous of your talent
Hmm.
and your personality,
Uh-huh.
there's no how you can drag the person close, because the person is just after your talent. Now let's look at Joseph. What was the family jealous about? It was a talent, about the dream. He has a dream and he can interpret what's going to happen. That is his own talent. And that's what the brethren was jealous about. Let's go to the next man again who was jealous. That king again, King David. Why Saul was jealous about him? The boy was a poor boy, just playing drums and all that in the palace. That is what the guy is jealous of. Is his talent. So if someone is jealous about your talent, what will you do? You gonna how will you draw the person close? Will you take your talent off your head and give?
What you will
Okay.
do is that's why I said you need to be wise. Help them identify their talent. I'll tell you the case of Joseph you mentioned. Reuben is the first son.
Mm-hmm.
Reuben is, as a first son, you're supposed to be caring. He's the one that was even there concocting plans, you know, how they will sell and kill the brother, whatever. As a firstborn son, what is a talent? They're supposed to be the one to nurture the other ones. He's got a gift he's never identified. So imagine somebody was there to help him identify that gift. Maybe you might be gifted to help them identify their own gift. And it's because they don't know what they have. That's why they're jealous of what you have. I don't know if I'm making sense. That's the way I can see that. So you might have to be the one to help them. That's why I say we need to help each other. This person, I know sometimes when it's the bitter jealousy, it could be dangerous. But I mean, on a surface level, so to say, what gifts do this person, what do they have that they haven't seen in themselves? Because, like I said, there is no person that is useless. No matter the little or the big, you have something in you. And until you see that something, you just be chasing after somebody else's. Maybe it's obvious, everybody can see their own gift, but you haven't discovered your gift, and that's why you're jealous of the next person. Let's see who is on there. Oh, Tahila, thank you. Please, we need help here. Thank you so much, Onoye. I really appreciate it.
Let's
I don't know if you have helped a little.
see who is on there.
Lady Bless, I don't know if you have helped to answer a bit. So I don't know what Tahila, you've been typing. Thank you for joining and you're welcome to Insight. So what's your take? I don't know which angle you want to come in. So please, let's hear you. Yes, you have to unmute Tahila, please.
Can you hear me now? Sorry.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, I want to add flesh to what the brother said. He said, if you find someone who is jealous, you just have to keep away. For me, it depends on the circumstance anyway.
Okay.
If I know you are jealous, you're jealous. If I'm not related to you, I don't have anything in common with you, maybe you look at me and you think, oh, she dresses well, or she's with her. But if I share anything with you, I will keep away from you.
Oh, okay.
Totally.
Okay.
Say you're my cousin? No way. Okay, yeah, because you can actually take my life. I'm not guaranteed that you will change, and it's not my job, it's not my jurisdiction to start helping you discover your talent. I have not finished discovering myself. I won't even be near you. Oh, yeah, because if you arm them, that will still destroy you. A wicked man is a wicked man. Take, for instance, our politicians back home. You know, the poor people in Nigeria, the layman, average Nigerian is very poor. But the politicians, they have everything going for them. They are still jealous of the poor men. And they still want to take everything from us. So, what have we not given them? It's still not enough. So, if somebody is jealous, if it's a family member, I will keep, if you're my sister, I'll keep away from you. That one is sure banker. Then
Okay.
if you're anyhow person, maybe you stay in the same town, you still be talking. You can still say hello, hello. I actually had an experience when I came to the UK.
Yeah.
I had a lady that did her masters.
Okay.
I didn't do masters. I didn't want to do masters. When I came in, I said I will start afresh, and that's my personal decision. And people are like, "Oh, how will you do? You start undergraduate." I said, "Yes, that's what I want to do," and I started afresh. So the day she had it, somebody was telling me though. I mean, I don't know what they were saying that they got to that stage. I was even discrediting two of them as far as I'm concerned. She said, oh, this person had he said, that I had that she was doing masters. Then I jumped into school. For Christ's sake, you did masters, which is maybe 18 months or 2 years program. I did undergraduate. I started with degree. I finished degree. I went further to do, what's it called? Primary education. I finished it. I went back to do law. So who worked harder, if you get what I mean? And that same person, when we bought our first property, it was an old, it's not like it's an old property, but it's not a newly built, yeah, the way they say it here. And I mean, it's from the same company, but the way they're built us, probably because it's not the freshest one, we had more rooms, dining, sitting area, different. It's not like it's together with the kitchen or the living room. And she said, "Oh yeah, but it's not new built. All those things they are not necessary. I've had those things. We stay in the same city. We meet at parties, and we can actually say, "Oh hey, how are you? Oh okay," and that's it. I know my boundary because, as far as I'm concerned, she's not important to me. I'm not important to her. But if it's a family member, I run because the closest person can actually hurt you more.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Thank you.
Everybody's learning whatever works for you, because at the end of the day you have to protect yourself. Some people, no matter the love, the understanding, the everything you give them, what is in their heart to do, they will still do. It's just like the story of Joseph we've all been referring to here. So we need to be mindful. That's why you need discernment of spirit to know when to run Joseph had to run from Potiphar's wife. You remember, he didn't stay to say, "Oh, maybe I'm going to help her change her mind," and all. It would have put him even into more trouble. Maybe if that had happened, who knows? They would have beheaded him. Or I'm not supposed to say that here. You know what
No,
I'm.
I'm not sure. Joseph did not run. No, is the king that David that run? Is David that run away from?
Remember, he had to run
No,
because
no, no.
the
The
when he
Potiphar
ran, he
wives.
left his
Potiphar
No,
wife.
wives.
yeah, no. Potiphar wife did not run because he was there working.
Joseph, did I say David? Joseph ran.
Yeah,
He had to flee.
Yeah, from Potiphar wife.
Yeah, from
yeah,
Potiphar's
yeah,
not. Imagine nothing happened and the king walked in. Do you know what's gonna happen to Joseph?
yeah. That is why he went to prisoner. The runaway that he run. He did not run away from the
He was
palace
living life,
because
yeah.
he was given the responsibility to take care of everything. So he was still working for Potiphar. So it's just that he rejected the woman offer, and that is why the woman
Yeah,
lied on his head.
that's
So
running. When you put
yeah,
yourself out of trouble, that's running.
yeah,
It's
but
not like you have to do a physical run.
yeah,
You know,
fine.
get what I mean?
Then, but
Just
but
keeping
but
away.
the other king, he physically run when Saul do all the plot want to kill
Oh
him,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
the man run away. The man was running, and then he met the guy on the side road, and then he take all his arm for me, and Saul was begging him to come back to the palace, and he said, "No, I'm not coming back. You go your way, let me go my way. I've forgiven you, but let's just part ways." That is pure run. You see, that is the highest. You see, jealousy is not like it's not something we treat like a light issues. Anyone that is jealous of you, that person is capable of taking you
Oh,
like
yeah, that's
unalive you. It's not a
mm-hmm,
small joke.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That person can
So we have
unalive
to
you. It's
be
not this. You have to run. If you notice that thing, you have to distance yourself from that person. I don't know if they have scratched your car before. They have broken my car before in London. Yeah, it's all part of what jealousy. They broke my car, went in.
wow, that's serious.
My neighbor
That's
in my neighbor around Bexley. He said he parks the car. The moment he changed his car, fine car. The next day, he wake up, they scratch the car from the beginning to the end.
my
Jesus Christ.
They
goodness.
scratch the full car. Those are jealousy. He park
Oh
a car
my
in
goodness.
his doorstep. Everything gets crashed.
Mental damage. Yes, that is in
Exactly.
fact.
So this was not like he parked it on the side road or no front of his house, and then someone came there. So those are jealousy.
You have instinct in you. Something will tell you this person run away. Like it depends on the severeness of that jealousy because there's some that are just petty. All you need to do is talk to that person, common sense, and they're okay. But when we're talking about this deep
Yeah,
jealousy that is devilish, I don't know the word to put. Hey, you have to run for your life
you
because
have
this
to run. Oh.
person, no
Out of
matter what you
evil.
say, no matter what you do, they are hell bent in what they want to do. And you have to save yourself, so to say. So we cannot sit down and be rubbing that kind of a person on the head. So you have to be able to discern what the situation is, whether to run, whether to flee, or whether to do whatever. So we need to be mindful and careful and look out for ourselves. It could be a let me not use those words. We have to be mindful of the words we use here. So it's not a healthy lifestyle at all. Jealousy, that's why I said there's no small jealousy, there's no big jealousy. Jealousy is jealousy, and there's nothing good about it. Run as if in terror, Tehila said. Thank you for that. God.
Someone. Oh, you're about
Yeah,
to
go
go now.
on.
It's a someone was telling me the other day. It's a close person to me, and he was saying so. Oh, back in the days, did you know before? Did you know now that you have known now you are now doing shakara? I was like, and I said, okay, are you happy back in the days that I did not know? So are you happy that way? So now that I know now, you're telling me I'm doing shakara. So instead of you to be happy for me that I find that, oh, this guy knows now.
Honestly, you can never tell what is going on in the heart of men. Onoye, was it you that mentioned if there was a way you can see what is in people's hearts?
Exactly, it's good, but you can't see.
I think years back I read this book and this lady was writing in there that imagine everybody on earth, there's a screen on their forehead. Everywhere you go, that screen goes with you. When you're sleeping, it sleeps. So anybody can see what is in your heart through that
Yeah,
screen. I think everybody will be mindful what they think and what they,
you get me.
It's amazing because sometimes it's even the close people to you. That's even the most dangerous because you're so relaxed around them. You feel not knowing that they are, once you turn your back, oh my goodness, you'll be amazed at what they're doing.
Exactly.
And this is supposed to be a very close person to you. So we need to be watchful and be mindful because sometimes they think they hide it, but if you're very discerning, you will see at some point. Say like in-laws, hey, don't get us started.
You will see easily as soon as you make progress.
You will know. You will know. You will know definitely, except you're just in denial yourself. Maybe you don't want to lose that person as a friend or something, but
This
you
one,
will know.
this one self is even saying in-law. The person that said that word to me was actually my mother.
Wow. You're eating their brother's money. Oh, yes. One of the many statements you will hear.
You see, you hear those things. It's funny.
Very funny, guys. I know we finish normally at 8 o'clock, but when this talk comes so intense because we want to learn, people are suffering this kind of a thing. As we're talking here now, there's so many people on the FI page, they're listening and they might be going through this and they're wondering how can we help. So we ask questions, we try to tackle it so that everybody can have something to take home and work with. Because this jealousy we're talking about, Onoye, you said people have gone to prison because of one person's jealousy towards them, and because they're jealous, they will go and lie. The things they see, the things they did not see, they will go and say they saw, and then that would have put you into prison, for no reason. For no reason. It's sad, and it's a very very pathetic thing when somebody's operating on that level. You try to understand, you try to, but at the end of the day you will have to leave them to it. Let them not bring it near you if they can't control their feelings and emotion or whatever they have against you. I mean, it's their problem, they have to deal with it, because you can't go now and turn them now and turn out the jealousy out of their system. They have to work on it. It is well indeed, Tahila. It is well. Mary, are you still there? I don't know if you have one or two things to say. We have overshot today, but it's fine. Yeah, oh, it's not my headache. you know. Yeah, I can imagine. It's not a healthy lifestyle, and whether it can be completely overcome or not depends on that individual. If you think you're enjoying that act, I don't know how one can be enjoying it. I don't understand. So you're in denial, you're not facing the fact, and you're hurting relationships around you. People have lost family members, friends, colleagues, relationships because they cannot control this jealousy we're talking about, and they're always pointing and thinking every other person is the problem, not themselves. That's why I always say, let us self-examine, whether in the space of work, with relatives, family. In fact, they're your blood. There's no way you can push them, so to say, except you disown them or you block them on your phone or social media or what have you, instead of channeling their energy to develop themselves. I know they're wasting it and chasing what? Okay, you're jealous of this person, you want them to lose their job. Okay, this person loses their job, for example, and they put you there. You think somebody will not come and do the same thing to you? That's the bit I don't understand. Because you treat others as you want them to treat you. Treat them the way you want to be treated. Some people don't think. Because when you're in that jealous zone, you're thinking of no other person but yourself. And that is selfish. That is selfishness. And then you think you're doing that, you're getting away with it, or you're envious and you're manipulative because of that. It just keep bringing all these negative attributes off of you, and then people will start avoiding you. If you're the type that is the gel of the spirit grips them, well, if they have a conscience left, because truly I believe some people may change or can change. Everybody has ability to change, but whether they want to is a different thing. Imagine the story of Joseph we talked about. I'll go back there again. Reuben being the oldest brother, she say, even you younger ones plotting this evil against our own flesh and blood. He should have caught that thought of. He should have stopped them from doing that. Maybe even if they've dug the hole to put him in, he would cover it and make sure he finds Joseph and take him back home or something. I don't know, maybe it will be a different story today. So imagine that. There's always a room to do better. But whether we're not going to do it or not is a different thing altogether. I can't imagine somebody's gone to prison because of my jealousy. Because I was so jealous, I had to go and lie. Hey, the way the thing will backfire. And that's one thing people don't know. See, when I point at you, look at these three fingers, it's pointing right back at me. So one is yours, three is my one. You can imagine that analogy. So we need to be careful. We need to, like I say, self-examine, reflect that it's not even you putting out that jealousy towards somebody, because that's one of the hardest truths anybody would want to hear. How do they sleep at night? I wonder. I wonder how they sleep. Does their conscience not prick them? Do they not? How can you lie? You're so jealous, you lie against a fellow and they lost their job. And this person is a father feeding 4 people or 5. And because of your actions, because you can't control that jealousy, somebody has lost their livelihood. How can I go to bed and sleep and snore knowing what I have done? But you know what? It's not everybody that's got that conscience. I don't know. Because it's a very hard thing. I don't know if anybody wants to chip in again before we round up tonight. God will help us, really. God will help us. So before we go, anybody want to try my puzzle, the tongue twister? Anoye, have you, found courage?
No, I don't want to bite my tongue.
But did you find the tongue twister, yeah? Did
Yeah,
you find
I try. Yeah.
let's see, Tahila. I don't know if you want to try the tongue twister before we go. I want us to leave on a laughing note today. An intense talk. So the tongue twister of Betty Butter, you can Google it on our if you want to try. Let's see. Maybe you win the prize today. Um, if not, I'll bring you back next week and see if we can get a winner to it. Betty Butter bought some butter, but she said her butter is bitter. If I put it in my butter, it will make my butter bitter. But a bit of better butter, better than my bitter butter. And she put it in her butter, and the butter was not bitter. So it was Betty better butter, bought a bit of better butter. You people should clap for me now. Yes, I've given us the clue. So we can do it. Thank you so much. Thank you. You want to try, Tahila? You
A
want to
week
try?
practice and come back.
You said
No, no, no. I don't want to do it now. Let's practice for a week. Then come back next week and do it.
next week. Okay, well done. Don't forget, it's on Monday, 6 p.m. UK time. We'll come back here and try this again. So, guys, thank you so much for making an interesting one today. Very insightful, very educative. Thank you so much, Onoye. I appreciate you, manager. Thanks for always being there. Lady Bless, thank you for your submission, and I hope that God will help you out, of that situation. Honestly, it's not a good place anybody wants to find themselves. And Mary, thank you so much for your contributions today. I really appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Tahila, God bless you. Thank you for all the comments. And you did come up today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone. Wale, I know you're not here. Thank you. And who else joined earlier? 1 or 2 people. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys, for making it a very insightful one today. And I will be coming back on Thursday. Another interesting topic where marriage and relationship is concerned. We will see what that topic is. I'm not going to let us know now. So, guys, make sure you don't miss it. 7 p.m. this Thursday, by the grace of God. We're going to be talking about issues relating to marriage, excuse me, and relationship. And hopefully, we'll be able to learn some more to make our lives better. So, jealousy today. Please let's examine ourselves. Let's not find ourselves in that act. In-laws, the hill, I can't stop saying in-laws. God will help us so and give us good in-laws, in-laws that we can rely on and be around at all times. It's indeed a big prayer. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Don't find yourself in the act of jealousy. Like I said, if you feel it's within you and you can't control or help it, seek a professional help. Seek a counselor, a therapist. Let them help you because you don't want to lose people and relationships around you. It's going to be a lonely world. We don't want that. Thank you guys for joining. I will catch you on Thursday. Have a wonderful, wonderful night rest. God bless. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Peace, Anaya. Peace. I see you. Thank you. Essam, thank you. Joy to the whole. Good night, Lady Bless. God bless you. Thank you for joining. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much. See you on Thursday.